Welcome to Tales of Light. Have you ever noticed that the loudest person in the room, the one full of energy and excitement, often fades away after some time? But the quiet, boring person, the one who shows up every day without noise, ends up reaching success in the long run. This is not luck. It is called consistency. Today's story is about two boys, one exciting, one boring, and you will see why in the end. Success always belongs to the one who keeps going. There was once a boy named Alex. Alex was full of energy. He always had big dreams and shared them with everyone. When he started something new, he worked with passion, talked loudly about his goals, and impressed people with his big vision. In the same school lived another boy named Ben. Ben was different. He did not talk much. He was shy and quiet. In fact, most people called him boring. He never made big announcements about his goals. But Ben had one simple habit. He showed up every single day, even when he felt tired, even when no one clapped for him, even when the progress was almost invisible. One summer, their teacher announced a writing competition. The prize was a scholarship and a chance to be published in the school magazine. Alex was very excited. He told everyone, "I will write the best story. Just wait and see." He started writing with passion. In the first 2 days, he finished 3 pages. But by the third day, it grew bored. He left the story halfway. He thought, maybe I will restart later with a better idea. Ben also joined the competition, but he didn't tell Onion. He wrote only half a page every day. His sentences were simple. His progress was slow. People didn't even notice what he was doing. He looked boring, sitting silently with his notebook. 1 week later, Alex still hadn't finished his story. He gave excuses to his teacher. "The idea isn't ready yet. I just need a little more time." He spent more time talking than writing. Ben, on the other hand, continued to write a little every night. Sometimes his writing was messy. Sometimes he didn't feel like writing. But no matter what, he added half a page. Day after day, his story slowly grew longer. On the final day of the competition, Alex stayed awake all night, trying to complete his story. He wrote quickly, without care, just to meet the deadline. The result was a messy story with no real ending. Ben, on the same day, quietly gave his notebook to the teacher. His story was not flashy. It had no big speeches or dramatic words. But it was complete, clear, and thoughtful. When the results were announced, the teacher said, "The winner is Ben. He may not talk a lot, but he is consistent. And in life, consistency beats loud beginnings." The room was silent. Everyone looked at Ben, the boring boy they had ignored. Alex looked shocked. "But I started so strong," he thought. And that was the problem. He only started strong, but he did not finish. This story teaches a truth. Success belongs to the boring person who shows up consistently, not the excited person who quits halfway. Think about it. A student who studies 20 minutes every day will learn more than the one who studies 5 hours once a month. A runner who runs a little daily becomes stronger than the one who trains hard only once in a while. A musician who plays their instrument daily, even for 10 minutes, will become better than someone who practices only when they feel motivated. Consistency is not exciting. It looks boring. It feels but slow and steady steps always build something big. While motivation shouts loudly in the beginning, consistency whispers quietly every day, and whispers build mountains. Later that same week, Alex went to his grandfather and complained, "Grandpa, why did I lose? I am smarter than Ben. I have bigger ideas. Why do boring people win?" The grandfather smiled and said, "Alex, do you know how rivers cut through rocks? Not because they're strong, but because they flow every day without stopping. The rock cannot resist the gentle water that comes again and again. Consistency is like that water. It may look boring, but it shapes the future. Loud beginnings mean nothing if you do not stay." Alex sat silently. For the first time, he understood that talent and passion are wasted without the patience to stay consistent. From that day, Alex decided to change. He started small. Instead of trying to do everything at once, he wrote 1 page daily. At first, it was hard. His mind wanted to jump to new, exciting things, but he forced himself to stay. Slowly, the pages collected. Over months, he finished an entire notebook. For the first time, he felt proud. And most importantly, he learned that being boring was not bad. It was powerful. So, what can we learn from Alex and Ben? 1. Start small, but stay daily. Even 10 minutes counts when done every day. 2. Ignore excitement. Excitement fades. Consistency may feel boring, but it is the real engine of growth. 3. Think long-term. Ask yourself, if I repeat this small action every day for 1 year, what will I achieve? You'll be surprised at the answer. Remember, excitement makes noise, but consistency makes results. Ben was boring in the room, but discipline made him a winner. Alex was exciting in the beginning, but inconsistency turned him into a loser. So next time you feel bored while repeating your good habit, do not stop. That boring action might be the very step that builds your success tomorrow. You are watching Tales of Light. If you learned something from this story, share it and help others understand the power of consistency. Subscribe for more simple, inspiring stories that light your path in life. Until we meet again, stay steady, stay consistent, and keep moving forward.